already covered a series of lecture where we have focused on UGC NET paper 1. We have solved the PYQs. We have brought with you the type of questions that are asked in the past examinations. Now, our target is to have a score of 80 plus for paper 1. So, out of the 50 questions, 2 marker each, out of 100 marks, we are aiming for 80 plus. That means 40 correct questions to be attempted. Now, understand the breakdown of UGC paper 1 syllabus is very simple. There are 10 units that are taken into consideration. What you have to do at this point is to identify the areas that you are weak in. For example, if you are a student of philosophy, logic units would be very easy to you. If you are a student from environment, the units on environment would be very simple to you. If you are good at maths, the section on quant, the section on reading for English students become relatively easier. So you have to explore which is the area you need to focus more. That's the first thing, right? Across all 10 units, 5 questions directly from data interpretation, 5 questions from reading comprehension, which are 100% scoring. So 10 questions on a very simple go. Then the questions from basic computers, basic education, very scoring, very similar, asked every time. The question from environment is the one which is very important, because here is where contemporary information and contemporary knowledge plays a very important role. So one very important strategy that you must adapt for your paper 1 good score is, now you have around 2 months left for your next examination, right? So during this period of 2 months, what you can cover is the PYQs, not only for your subject but also for your paper 1, right? So 1/3 time to be given to paper 1, 2/3 time to be given to paper 2 as the basic amount of time that you are allotting for your UGC NET preparation, besides the other course curriculums that you have. Now these PYQs should account for nearly 50% of the practice time of this 1/3 time. That's again important. So a daily practice of PYQs for some unit would be a good idea. So a good suggestion would be, let's say you do the question, you read the theory on elementary maths, then you practice the question on elementary maths. You do the theory on research aptitude, and then you practice the questions on research aptitude. So the same way applies for computers, for logical topics, for the new topics on philosophy that has been added as per the syllabus. So for each of the topic, a suggestive strategy is you read the material, you read the notes or go through the lectures, and then solve the questions from the same topic. Like if you go on to the Doorstep Tutor, you would have the questions arranged towards the end of each topic. You would find the latest questions, latest in terms of the year they were asked in. So you can try to work on the latest questions if you find the number of questions are too much. If you have time, then practice all of those questions, and if you are done with these 4,000 to 5,000 questions, there is no reason at a single point that you won't be able to score 80 plus. We have seen students even attempting 45 correct out of 50 with paper 1, and that becomes a determining criteria to have achieve JRF even with an average score in paper 2. So very important, don't take paper 1 lightly, since the marks are added. And even for exams like KSAT for your state examination, those appearing for Karnataka set and others, do have the paper 1 which is similar to, which is exactly the same syllabus as per the UGC NET paper 1. So you will have benefit with your state set examinations as well. So thanks for joining in. In case you have any questions or queries, please feel free to drop the message on the number below. Thanks for joining in.